a very good morning to Dr. Tan. Today, I would like to present our assignment with title Distribution of Population by State and Gender. Before I start my part for presenting, I would like to introduce our group members. First presenter is me, myself, Umi Mahmuda binti Jamaluddin, A19A0957. Second presenter is Len King Ching, A19A0237. Third presenter is Ong Ye Jian, A19A1118. The fourth presenter is Livinia Vertibel, A19A0248, and the last is our leader is Shakira Alia binti Shahrudin, A19A0832. Moving on to the next slide is introduction about our assignment. So statistics studies methodologies to gather, review, analyze, and draw conclusion from data. There are many different types of statistics pertaining to which situation you need to analyze. Statistics are used to make better informed business decisions. Next, objective of this study is to collect, summarize, analysis, and interpret observation based on the distribution of population by state and gender in 2017 to 2019. To measure the central tendency, variation, and position of collected data using the suitable measurement. To shape of the data distribution based on the measured data, and to show the result based on the data chosen using SPSS. Next is source of data. Source of data for this study is based on the data taken at Jabatan Perangkat Malaysia, which show distribution of population by state and gender in 2017 to 2019. Type of data that have been used is secondary data, which are gathered and recorded by someone else prior to and for a purpose other than current project. This data is being reused. Next is type of variable. This study has two types of variable, which is categorical variable and numeric variable. A categorical variable is known as a qualitative variable, which is the data collected cannot be measured by numbers. But numeric variable is known as quantitative variable in which the data collected can be measured by numbers. So that's all from me. I will pass my this presentation to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi sir, my name is Len Cheng. My metric number is A19A0237. Today I would like to present our group assignment, data and arrangement. The data is taken in Jabatan Perangkat Malaysia. There are lots of data in the website. The data that we use for our assignment is by stage and gender. This is the example of content in the website. The gender that we choose for our assignment is male and female, and the state we choose for our assignment is Johor, Kedah, Kelantan, Melaka, Negeri Sembilan, Pahang, Perak, Perlis, Pulau Pinang, Sabah, Sarawak, Selangor, Terengganu, WP Kuala Lumpur, WP Putrajaya, dan WP Labuan. The title of our group assignment is Distribution of Population by State and Gender. This is the data that we use for our assignment for 2017. This is the data that we use for our assignment for 2018. And this is the data that we use for our assignment for 2019. So I arranged the data into a table. This is the table that I done. The first one is 2017. The second one is 2018. And the third one is 2019.
Morning, sir. My name is Ong Yi Jian, and today I want to present about the graphical method that we use in this assignment is bar chart. First of all, bar chart is a graph with rectangular bars, and it used to compare different categories. The graph can be plotted horizontally or vertically, and the most usual type of bar graph is vertical. So, the title of this assignment is Distribution of Population by State and Gender in 2017 years, 2018 years, and 2019 years. So, it's suitable to use the bar chart to show the data. The horizontal is x-axis represented the state in Malaysia, and the vertical y-axis represents a values of those states, and the legend is male and female. We know that there are many types of bar chart, and after research, I think that this three of chart is suitable for our assignment. It is cluster chart, layer chart, and 3D chart. But when I put the data into the chart, I think that layer chart is not suitable because there are two layers and visitor cannot see the data clearly. By using the 3D chart, they are so messy because they have two because they have two bars in each state. So in this graph, we know that this is a distribution of population by state and gender in 2017. Selangor has the highest data and followed by the Sabah and Johor. But they have 4 of state under 500, which is Malacca, Perlis, Wilayah Persekutuan Putrajaya, and Wilayah Persekutuan Labuan. And here, I want to explain that why I use these two colors that is blue and pink, because blue for male and pink for female. They will easy for compare when others people see this graph. Followed by 2018 years, we know that Selangor also is the highest, followed by Sabah and Johor. But they also have 4 states is under 500, that is Malacca, Perlis, Wilayah Persekutuan Putrajaya, and Wilayah Persekutuan Labuan. Last but not least, this is the graph of 2019 years. Selangor is the most highest between 3 years and followed by Sabah and Johor. We know that Selangor, Sabah, and Johor is the 3 higher in the graph and also in 3 years. So under 500, we also know that Malacca, Perlis, Wilayah Persekutuan Putrajaya, and Wilayah Persekutuan Labuan is the lowest. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Nidini Yusrin. My metric number is A19A0248, and my part is measures of central tendency and measures of variation. Measure of central tendency have 3: mean, median, and mode. Okay, mean. Mean is sum of data entries divided by the number of entries. The formula is x, which is equal to midpoint of a class, y is frequency of a class, n is total of frequency, sample size. This is the solution for our topic, which is the distribution of population of state by state. So the mean for the distribution of population by state between 2017 to 2018 and 2019 was 125.4 people. The solution is 120421 divided by 96 will give 125.4. Median. The value that lies in the middle of data when the data set is ordered. Odd number data entries. The data is the middle of the data entry. Even number data entries. The mean is the mean of the two middle data entries. The formula is when lower class boundary of median class plus with number divided by 2 minus cumulative frequency before median class divide by frequency of median class, and the answer times by class size. Okay, solution. First step, we need to determine the location of the median class. N over 2 equal to 96 divided by 2, which is equal to 48. So the median class is 1000.3 minus 1480 minus 0.3. Sorry. Step 2. Determine the lower class boundary, LM. LM is 999.8. Step 3, we need to determine class size, which is C equals to 1000.3 minus 1480.3 equals to 480. Step 4, we need to determine FM minus 1 and FM. So step 5, to calculate the median, which is 480,220.8. Mode. The data entry that occurs with the greatest frequency. If no entry is repeated, the data set has no mode. If two entries occurs with the same greatest frequency, each entry is a mode and the data set is called bi-mode. Okay, how to find mode is LM plus difference between frequency of model class and the frequency of class before model class, divide by the difference of between How to find mode is lower boundary plus before model class and the difference between before model class plus after model class and then times by class size. Okay, solution of this. Step 1, we need to determine the location of the model class based on the highest sequencing. Step 2, we need to determine the lower class boundary Ln. Step 3 is determine class size Y. Step 4, determine difference between before and difference after the model class. And then calculate the mode. So the answer is 249,696. Measures of variation. A measure of variation is some parameters attempt to describe the amount of variation between random variables. Three parameters that are used to quantify the amount of variation in a set of random variables: range, variance, standard deviation. Range. The range of a data is the difference between the maximum and minimum data entries in the set. Range equal to maximum data entry minus minimum data entry. In our title, in our chart, the maximum entry is 3400.8 and the minimum entry is 39.8. So how to find range is 3400.8 minus 39.8. We will get the answer 3361, which is the range for this distribution. Okay, the variance. The variance are distribution of population by state followed by gender. Okay, this is the solution. So the answer is 16236728.24. Sample of standard deviation. The standard deviation is the solution for the standard deviation is 4029.48. This is how we find standard deviation. Thank you, and that's all from me.
Shakira Alia binti Shahrudin. My number matrix is A19A0832. I will talk about result SPSS, one-way ANOVA, and conclusion. Result SPSS. What we can observe? From SPSS, we can compare manual method and using SPSS software. We can see using SPSS is better than manual method because it helps to analyze the data. But the data must adjusting to be more understanding for SPSS programming. It can read the data properly. While the manual method is simple, but it took long hours to solving the problems. Using one-way ANOVA, it helps to compare the answer and analyze the data. From this research, this can help the students be more understanding about the statistic. Next, this is the result that I have got using SPSS software. First is just descriptive, second is ANOVA, and lastly is multiply comparison. I will tell a little about multiply comparisons. Multiply comparisons shows which group differs from each other. The two key post-hoc test is generally the preferred test for conducting post-hoc tests on a one-way ANOVA. In conclusion, the data that we are reviewing is the distribution of the state by the gender between 2017, 2018, and 2019. First of all, to sum this researcher, we get the different types of graph can be produced from the data. The frequency distribution can be calculated using the method given. This can proceed to create the bell curve to further clarify the distribution. In conclusion, mean is 1 to 5.4, median is 489.96, and mode is 480.220.8. So the shape of distribution is median is greater than mode, while mean is smaller than mode. Just that's all. Thank you.